You good?
Yep. Basement Sports is back after a brief holiday hiatus. We hope you missed us. We're your hosts, Corey Plasky and Matt Pollock, and we're here to bring you the best show of 2022. I'm confident in saying that. We're talking football, we're talking basketball, we're talking baseball. We've got it all here today. Do not miss out. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all social media platforms because we bring the heat here. Don't miss out on that content. Let's have a show, Poke. You ready?
Let's have one. All right, we'll be the first to admit. It's been the holidays. We've been a little, I don't want to say slacking because it's the holidays, right? There's a flu going around. We were both dying at one point in the past couple weeks, okay?
Didn't think I'd make it out of it.
Yeah, but we did. We survived. We persevered. That's what's important. And we're back. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following. And we are going to start off. We're going to finish 2022 with a bang and start off 2023 with an even bigger bang.
Absolutely. We want to start the show off quick by giving a shout out to those who participated in our holiday giveaway for a DraftKings gift card, and a special shout out to our friend Matt Bradley who won that contest.
Shout out.
Thank you to Matt, and thank you to all who support us here at Basement Sports.
Yes.
We hope you spread the word. We hope you keep following us and staying up to date with all of our content. And for those of you that didn't participate, shame on you. Shame on you.
Hey, if you watch Friends, yeah.
Listen, it's free.
It was free.
It was a free giveaway, free to enter. It takes nothing to subscribe, to follow, to like, to retweet. Whatever.
Not that hard.
We're a little bit upset. We're a little bit disappointed in those that didn't. But listen, we're going to do this all the time, all year round. So if you missed out on this one, stay tuned for the next one.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, we hope you all had a happy holiday. Poke, how was your holiday?
Not too shabby. I mean, it started off, obviously we haven't recorded since Moment of Silence, R.I.P. Franco Harris. Arguably the best Steelers running back of all time. Probably is the best Steelers running back of all time. I don't even know if it's arguable. I mean, obviously the bus is great. But the greatest play in Steelers history, arguably the greatest play in
NFL,
football history,
history,
the Immaculate Reception, 50th anniversary Friday, just a couple days after he passed. Steelers come out, get a big win on Christmas Eve, keep their playoff hopes alive. It's slim, but they're alive. They ain't dead yet. Big win over the Raiders. Man, dude, Kenny and I'm not going to spend too much time harping on Kenny Pickett and the Steelers today. Kenny Pickett called the plays on the last drive. If you didn't know that, Kenny Pickett called the plays on the last game-winning drive when he hit Pickens over the middle for a touchdown. An absolute fucking seed over the middle through two defenders. Look at Kenny. I'll be the first to say Kenny's numbers aren't great. Kenny's gotten better every single game he's played. That's all you could ask for a rookie quarterback with a terrible offensive coordinator. I'm excited for what the future brings for the Steelers. My holiday was great in part because of the Steelers. Obviously, I would have enjoyed a Knicks dub on Christmas. We'll fucking get into that scrub squad in a couple seconds. After I ask you, how was your holiday?
It was a good holiday. A lot of good gifts. Good time to spend with the family.
Yep.
You talk football. You talk sports about your holiday. I had a great one. Patriots lost on Saturday. Dolphins lost on Sunday. And Monday brought back the news that Mike effing White is back. The Jets' playoff chances just
tripled, quadrupled.
They rose from the ground.
I hate it. As a Steelers fan who needs them to lose, I don't love it, but
we're alive. So it was a good holiday. I don't know. Christmas time, can't complain about nothing better than it. So we both enjoyed it up until last night.
It started on Christmas when they were fucking hanging with the 76ers. And then
dominating the first half, especially the first quarter. The Knicks just invent ways to not only lose, but to rip your heart out and say...
And stomp on it.
What the hell? Like, why are we here? Why am I even getting frustrated about it at this point? They are arguably the biggest embarrassment in all sports. And that was solidified last night when they blew a 9-point lead with 33 seconds left to go. They had a 99.4% chance to win that game, which I thought was low. Up 9 with 33 seconds left. That's hard to do. But they found a way to do it, which is what they do best, I guess.
First off, I don't want to discredit what Luka did last night. Luka Doncic is a fucking dog.
He's the
MVP.
There's a lot of guys playing great this year. Jason Tatum, Giannis balls out.
Tatum won me a lot of money last night. I'll say that.
A lot of great basketball players now, but I don't think there's one that's better than Luka.
Luka might be the best hooper on the planet right now. He might be the best hooper on the planet right now. First 60-20-10 game in NBA history. But fuck, dude, the New York Knicks, man. There's zero reason Luka should have had a chance to even fucking tie that. First of all,
how are we not double teaming or triple teaming him?
How the fuck does he get his own rebound on the missed free throw?
Three Knicks players get a hand on the ball and nobody could bring it down.
You should have known that the Knicks were going to lose this game when Luka hit that half quarter at the end of the half. Yeah. That was the sign Luka's going to fucking find a way to do this tonight, isn't he?
How about foul shots too?
Hit your dude, that was a problem.
We're not even talking about their loss earlier last week when they missed 4 foul shots in the last minute and then
ruining an RJ gem.
Yeah, and lost on a game winner with 0.4 seconds left to the Bulls and DeMar DeRozan. I mean, I thought that was rock bottom. I thought it couldn't get worse than that when two of your best free throw shooters, Jalen Brunson and Quinn Grimes, 2 guards, miss 4 straight foul shots and you lose on a game-winning basket, nearly a buzzer beater at home. I thought you couldn't possibly get worse. They can't win at home.
I don't fucking get it.
And then they come out last night with an all-time,
literally all-time
in basketball history, in sports history, and that's why. I mean, why is Thibs still there? How does he get on the team playing after last night? Just an absolute embarrassment. Last night went from being a phenomenal win. You're down Brunson, you're down RJ Barrett, you're about to beat a solid team on the road to being this.
That's what I'm saying.
To being me and Pokey just ranting. I mean, just losing our minds about it. I mean, what the fuck, man?
I haven't had MSG for the last, I think, 2 or 3 seasons. Xfinity stopped carrying it.
YouTube
I've watched
TV too. Wake up.
I've watched it, whether it be on Stream East or other sites like that. I don't admit to that. That was a joke. There's 0% chance I'm ever putting a Knicks game on.
I think I'm done.
I am done. Okay,
the Knicks are entering Red Sox categories of I just don't care anymore.
I've officially given up on. And let me say, UConn basketball's playing fucking phenomenal. We'll talk about them a little bit more later, probably. There's 0% chance I will watch a Knicks game over any college basketball game, especially UConn's playing well. I don't fucking need the Knicks. Fuck the Knicks, dude. Absolutely fuck the New York Knicks. Okay, Dude,
are you on the fire, Thibs?
Oh, I've been on the fire Tibbs train, dude. He's cool for 2 seasons. He
had a phenomenal first year. I mean, we'll give him that. Which, I mean, we'll go on both sides of the spectrum. I mean, he had a great year. He should have won that Coach of the Year that year. He deserved that. But now, I mean, they do this every week too. Obviously, none have been quite as bad as last night, but. And I get it, the NBA, no lead is safe and everything, and it's just...
No, this lead was safe, though.
Yeah.
This lead was
safe.
No
lead is safe,
You want the fucking stat? You want the fucking stat? The Knicks had a 9-point lead with 33 seconds left. NBA teams in the last 20 seasons, there have been 13,884 games where a team led by at least 9 with 35 or less seconds. They were trailing. They were... No times where a team overcame a 9-point deficit with 35 seconds or less in NBA history.
NBA teams were 0 for 13,884, just to clarify that. 0 for 13,884. Until last night.
And the fucking Knicks found a way to fucking blow it.
Up until last night, no lead in the NBA was safe other than...
9 points or more with 35
points
seconds
or more with 35 or fewer seconds left. And the Knicks found a way to blow it. Get everything.
They don't deserve that.
I'm so done. So
fucking hate the Knicks. I put a Knicks hoodie on my Christmas list, and Santa didn't bring it, and I couldn't be more thankful for that.
I got the nicest Knicks shirt too, long sleeve, really cool, really nice, and I don't know if I'm taking it out the box.
Dude, return it.
Speaking of
donate
Christmas
it.
gifts,
Send it to China.
I feel like I'll add this in too. I got a Red Sox jersey for Christmas, but no name on the back.
I was going to say.
My first instinct was, well, he won't get traded. Perfect gift. If you're going to get, nowadays, if you're going to get a jersey, Yeah, no number.
Right,
if you're gonna get a jersey nowadays, get somebody that's retired that did his thing for your team and all that. Either that
or locked up,
or just get. No, there's no such thing as locked up anymore. I mean, you can't. I mean, every jersey I buy, the guy's gone in like 2 years.
Knock on wood, I've had fairly good luck with jerseys. I mean, Devin Bush is still around. I bought a Devin Bush jersey his rookie year. He was supposed to be a stud. He was until he tore the ACL. I bought a Ben jersey.
That's a tough jersey to have.
The roughest jersey luck I've had is my Antonio Brown Bumblebee jersey. That dude. Wow. Okay. We're not doing that today.
We blasted it. I mean, we could have
Fuck
an hour.
Knicks,
we
dude.
could have an hour long.
Fuck that, dude.
Episode of.
They don't deserve an hour.
So, we'll transition to a little game we like to play called, Would You Rather or This or That. And we talked about the Knicks real quick. It's arguably one of the biggest collapses, one of the worst losses ever.
Dude,
and
you're up 9 with 35 fucking seconds left. How the fuck? I just don't understand.
So, hold on. So, we had that last night. But a couple weeks ago, we had one of the worst collapses in NFL history.
The worst collapse in NFL history.
It was the worst. When the Colts blew the biggest lead of all time, 33-point lead against the Vikings in loss. So would you rather or this or that? Knicks versus... How about we do Matt Ryan specifically? Because Matt Ryan was quarterback of the Colts. He was on that part of that biggest collapse. He was also part of the biggest collapse in Super Bowl history when the Falcons blew a 28-3-point lead against fucking Patriots, who we don't like on this show.
No.
But this or that, it's two shitty.
So
two shitty situations. Which was the worst collapse? Do you think in sports history?
28-3 is the worst collapse in sports history. It was the Super Bowl. It was arguably only the fourth quarter. I know there was 2 minutes and change in the third, whatever it was. But arguably just one quarter. That was the worst collapse in sports history, in my opinion. The 33-0 that the Colts just did the other week versus the Knicks. I'm taking the Knicks as a worst collapse, okay? Because just hit. I just don't understand. You're up 9 with 33 seconds left in the NBA. All you gotta do is hit some free throws, dude. All you gotta do is hit some free throws.
Or just don't give up threes.
Yeah, literally.
They gave up
foul them, make them hit their...
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Do something. The 33-0 at half in the NFL, there's so many things that could go wrong. You still have to run plays. You have to kill the clock, and I know you have to do that in basketball, but, it takes one fumble, scoop and score. There's so many things that factor into how an NFL team can come back. But, dude, the fucking 9 points with 33 fucking seconds.
One thing I'll say about
what the fuck, dude?
I think it's worse for us because we're Knicks fans and we follow that. If we're neutral fans, it might be different. One thing I will say...
Yeah, for sure.
We have seen Tracy McGrady go off in, 13 seconds, was it? The Knicks, thank God I wasn't alive or around when Reggie Miller tortured us at MSG. So
I'm so sorry if you're over the age of 40 and a Knicks fan. I'm so sorry. Because I'm 22... And this shit's fucking terrible.
I'm done. If I had to pick one, I'd probably say the Knicks, just being a Knicks fan. But we have seen it in the NBA at times. That Colts loss from a few weeks ago, that was the worst, statistically the worst blown lead in NFL history. And then the Falcons won. Either way, if... My brother's a Knicks fan and a Colts fan, so granted he probably wanted the Colts to lose.
Yeah, he's been on the Colts to lose.
They're playing for nothing, but if there is a fan out there that's a Knicks diehard and just for some reason a Matt Ryan diehard, then
there are Matt Ryan truthers out there, which I think is fucking crazy, dude. He's not. I know he has an MVP. Matt Ryan's not.
He had such a nice career up until that
28-3.
Yeah,
if he closes out,
don't forget he was Matty Ice, and now it's Matty Blow. Matty blows. Matty blow the lead.
Imagine he wins that Super Bowl and then just retires. You'd be talking about this dude potentially being a Hall of Famer, and now he's just ass. What?
Yeah.
It's bad.
Enough of those shit dicks. Let's move on to a little bit of baseball. Why not?
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, I heard weather in the 50 degrees on Saturday this week. That's sort of baseball weather.
I think we're less than 50 days away from pitchers and catchers reporting.
It's coming soon.
It's coming.
So, you came up with this one.
I did.
You want to take control?
I do. This is a hot topic these days with the way Steve Cohen is handing out blank checks to people. The Carlos Correa situation is wild to me.
Maybe next week we'll dive into that.
Yeah. So, would you rather have the MLB create a salary cap, meaning teams can't spend more than, say $250 million?
There's a ceiling. There's a ceiling that you can't
surpass.
Yeah.
A la the NFL, the NBA does it. I don't know if the NHL does that on me, I guess. Or would you rather the MLB have a salary floor, meaning teams have to have a payroll of at least $120 million or whatever that payroll decides to be? Because you have teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates who have a payroll of about $37 million,
They just dropped $8 million on Rich Hill.
Yeah, dude. Did you see that they put up a hype video for fucking signing? I don't even know who the fuck it was. That's how bad it was. They made a hype video for some dude that definitely didn't deserve a fucking hype video.
But this is a cool topic because we know. I mean, the MLB baseball, they're trying to change a lot of what they do to try to be better and everything.
Vincent Velasquez. They made a hype video for Vincent Velasquez.
Never heard.
What the fuck?
Never heard of him. But like I said, like the MLB, they're looking for ways to modernize. They're trying to, get better and everything. So I think this is a pretty good, topic, and I think we both agree on it. We both like the salary floor.
I'm all in.
Because that's gonna ensure that you got competitive teams. It's gonna ensure that there's no tanking, and there's gonna be a better product out on the field. I like that. I'm a fan of that. I mean, the salary cap. I mean, especially like in baseball, like I don't agree with that in baseball as much as like I would in maybe football or whatever. Yeah. But I mean, if a team wants to spend and then use all that money, I think you should have that right to be competitive and all that.
Yeah. And people are gonna say, why is it different in different sports? Let me put it this way. For example, if there was no salary cap in football and the Chiefs wanted to go out and sign J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt,
J.J. Watt retiring.
Yeah, great career, J.J. Like, if they wanted to go sign up, there is 0% chance they would lose, okay? Baseball, not the case, okay? The Dodgers try to win championships. The only one they have is that Mickey Mouse ring in 2020. The Mets still haven't won anything, and they've been spending money the last, year or so. The Yankees always have one of the top payrolls in baseball. They haven't won shit since 2009. You're the goddamn New York Yankees. Fucking go win the World Series, please. So, it's different. If you put the best 53 players in the NFL on one team, they're going to win the Super Bowl. You put the best 26 players in baseball on one team, there's a chance they don't win the World Series. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. I think the MLB needs a salary floor. You have owners, and I'm just going to keep reverting back to the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm not a Pirates fan. I'm a fan of Pittsburgh, though. Obviously, I'm a Steelers fan. I'm a Penguins fan. So, like, if I had to, you put a gun to my head and say pick an NL team to root for, I would unfortunately say the Pirates. So I'm going to revert back to them. Bob Nutting is a terrible owner, okay? He sits there, and for those of you that don't know about the luxury tax in baseball, where does that money go? 25% of it, I believe, goes to the other owners. So he's sitting here collecting money from Steve Cohen, who's spending money to make his team better, and Bob Nutting is just collecting a paycheck for it. That makes no fucking sense. Okay, Bob Nutting bought that team in 2000 and... I want to say 2. I might be wrong on that. He bought it for, 1/8 of what it's worth today, and the dude's never been past the division series. And that was maybe a 2-year stretch where he got there. I mean, the only time I remember the Pirates in the playoffs was when Cueto dropped the ball on the mound in Pittsburgh.
Garrett Cole.
Yeah, think about the guys that have come through that team, though. McCutchen was an MVP. Couldn't keep him. Cole is a top 5 pitcher in baseball. You shipped him out. O'Neal Cruz is going to be fucking gone before you know it. The Pittsburgh Pirates, and they're just the example I'm using. There's other teams that fucking need to be better at spending money and shit like that. They shouldn't be able to just sit here and collect money from owners like Cohen for paying the luxury tax. They should be forced to spend, whether you make it $120 million, $150 million, even $100 million at this fucking point. You got to do something to make these teams spend money and put a competitive product on the field because it's not fair to the fans.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, that's who it's for, right? It's for the fans. And it's just not fair to the fans. It's just bullshit. You need a salary floor.
Moral of the story, spend money, be competitive, or get the hell out. Don't buy a team if you're not going to try to win.
Yeah, like
stay away from it. You're ruining sports.
Somebody said you should have to be a fan of the team you're buying, which I don't agree with, right, necessarily. But, like, it is fun when it happens. Like, look at Cohen, dude. That dude's having a fucking blast. And you know what? If it works, good for him.
Your purpose should be winning and making money, which could coexist.
Exactly. Like, let me tell you something. Playoff tickets are more expensive than regular season. You get to the playoffs, you can charge more. I mean, the fucking Pirates have the cheapest beer in MLB on average. Guess what, Nutting? You can bump that if you're putting a good product on the field, dog. Like, it's bad.
Moving on to our next topic, topic
this or that.
Of this or that. Some of the biggest news in the NFL this week. Nathaniel Hackett.
Broncos country.
Got booted. I think he was I read second coach since 1978 to not make it through.
There's only been like 5 or 6.
To not make it through their first to get fired during the season of his first season. There's been a handful of coaches who have been fired after their first season, but Hackett didn't even make it through.
Are we counting Urban Meyer?
Urban was another. But so obviously he brings up the question, is he the worst head coach of all time, or at least of recent memory? And the guy who kind of set that standard recently, we don't even acknowledge Urban Meyer like that.
Yeah,
did that even happen? So outside of Urban, Adam Gase, who I know a little too well, comes to mind. And his terrible stint with the Jets. He was bad with the Dolphins too. So it raises the question: this or that? If, gun to your head, Steelers fired Mike Tomlin, and the only 2 choices you had were Nathaniel Hackett or Adam Gase, who you going with, this or that?
You know what? Joke's on me, because I call for Tomlin's head more than I should, okay? And I know that the grass ain't always...
This could happen.
The grass ain't always greener. I understand that. Well, I would be rooting for Beefalo to be promoted, but that's neither here nor there. Nathaniel Hackett or Adam Gase? If I had to choose one, I would take Gase, meaning I think Nathaniel Hackett is worse. Okay? Adam Gase was bad. And by that, I mean Adam Gase was literal dog shit.
He was terrible.
He was bad. 9-23 with the Jets, and 7 of those 9 wins came in one season. 32-48 overall.
He did make the playoffs one year with the Dolphins.
Let me tell you this. Those teams he had, especially in New York, nowhere close to the team Nathaniel Hackett was given in Denver this year.
Nathaniel Hackett is 4-11 this year. His offense average, he's an offensive coach too, mind you. Averaged 15.5 points per game. And they got Russell Wilson. They've got Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Hamler.
Yeah.
They're pretty loaded offensively.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and defend Russell Wilson and use him as an excuse to why Hackett should have been good, because Russell Wilson, in my opinion, fucking sucks. But that receiving room, I mean, you've seen what a good receiving room does for terrible quarterbacks. Look at Tua turn the ball over. Okay? Good receiving rooms can do a lot for a bad quarterback. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say there. Their defense is
that's another
phenomenal.
The defense is absolutely loaded.
If they put up 18 points every game, they would have the best record in the league. Yeah. The Denver Broncos.
But I can't believe I'm sitting here defending Adam Gase. Never thought that day would come, but to me that's a no-brainer. I mean, he went 7-9 in his first year with a bad team. Yeah. I mean, Robbie Anderson.
Who was QB in that? Sam
Darnold.
Yeah.
Darnold also had mono one year.
I forget about that.
And Luke Falk was their quarterback for a little bit. I mean, the rosters in New York were terrible, almost as terrible as Adam Gase was, but he still found a way to win 7 games one year and just 9 overall. He's probably a top 5 worst head coach of all time, but Nathaniel Hackett is easily top 3.
I'll say this, and I'm not going to dive into, certain things that you could fill in the blank if you want to figure it out. If Nathaniel Hackett ever is a head coach in the NFL again, there's a serious fucking problem. Okay? I'm so tired of coaches getting recycled, and it's oh, this guy sucked. Let me give him another chance.
Todd Bowles.
Fucking, there's the example, right? Fuck
people
dude.
Shit on the Jets too and made that out to be the Jets' problem and the Jets' fault. Because, the guy's a good defensive coordinator, but he's a terrible head coach.
You can be a great coordinator and a terrible head coach, okay? Matt Patricia, I mean,
both of these guys. Now, granted, they were coordinators with two of the best quarterbacks of all time, so their job was a lot easier. But
yeah.
I mean, Hackett's offenses in Green Bay were great. I mean, Gase's offenses in Denver were great with Peyton. Once again, how much of that has to do with
what quarterback?
You got a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback.
But
if you had to pick one to be your OC, who would you pick? I might go Hackett.
What team do I have? I know that sounds crazy, but who's my quarterback? At least give me a quarterback. If I had Pickett, you want me to answer with Pickett or?
Sure. Yeah, why not? The thing,
I think if I had Pickett, I'd want Hackett because Hackett was with Rodgers.
Yeah.
They had success, and okay, this is gonna sound fucked, but Pickett's closer to Rodgers than he is close to not talent level wise, but similar play style wise, closer to Rodgers than he is any quarterback. He's not Peyton Manning. He's more mobile than Peyton Manning was. I know, there's no way for me to say this without sounding like I'm fucking calling Kenny Pickett a future Hall of Famer. It's not what I'm fucking saying. Okay.
Also, Aaron Rodgers won 2 MVPs with Hackett.
Yeah,
Gase.
Come on.
Gase. But I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully,
people are already calling
we never have that decision.
Yeah, hopefully. Back to the fucking. Steelers need an OC. though. Matt Cannon's got to fucking go. Back to the fucking head coach recycling bullshit. People are already calling. Sean Payton can get another job because he didn't get fired because he was a bad coach. Okay. Sean Payton left because he was fuck this. Which let me tell you something. Sean Payton would be fucking starting Jameis Winston. That's all I fucking know. Okay. But people are throwing Frank Reich's name out there, dude. I don't know how I feel about it. I just don't. I don't know how I feel about Frank Reich getting another go. I mean, it's just.
I felt like he was dealt a bad hand, though.
I agree he was dealt a worse hand, but there's guys out there that need a job before Frank Reich, and every year I'm gonna say it's Eric Bieniemy.
A lot of people might have said that about Doug Peterson though too, and
see, Dougie P was somebody I was vouching to get another job for.
I mean, I don't know if Reich deserves one this cycle.
I think Reich should have to be an OC first again,
or maybe take a few years off.
That's a pretty solid gig.
But yeah, we'll see. Speaking of bad football, bad players and everything. Zach Wilson is one of the worst quarterbacks ever. I mean, we know that. So
this dude had the potential to be a fucking guy with the mom story and everything. This dude had the potential to be a fucking legend,
and he just
didn't.
So this or that, Zach Wilson versus Jamarcus Russell. Who's the bigger bust at the quarterback position?
I'm gonna say it, and people aren't gonna like it. I'm gonna say Zach Wilson is. Now listen. Jamarcus Russell was bad. Jamarcus Russell was terrible. Okay? If you're unfamiliar with Jamarcus Russell, he was drafted in 2007 by the then Oakland Raiders. He had a career record of 7-18. If you've never heard the story of Jamarcus Russell and tape and film watching, let me hit it. Okay? The Raiders were concerned that Jamarcus Russell was not watching film. So they sent him home with a tape, whatever it was at the fucking time in 2007, tape CD, I don't know what the fuck they were watching in 2007, and was like, hey, these are some plays we're thinking about incorporating, go home, watch it, let us know what you think. Next day, he comes back, what do you think, Jamarcus? He says, oh, yeah, I really liked it, this and that, puts it up front. They handed him a blank tape. He didn't watch it, there was nothing fucking on that tape. He went in the next day claiming he watched, there was a blank fucking tape. Okay? That next level embarrassing, bad, pathetic. There's a bunch of words you can fucking use to describe
laziness. That's why I don't know too much about Wilson. Maybe we'll hear more about that, but that's one thing. Yeah, at least you know now he's not that lazy or that much of a piece of shit like Russell is. One thing I'll say about this one, obviously it hurts for me being a Jets fan and everything with Wilson in this conversation, but I will I didn't see it being this bad. But I never thought that this dude would be good. Before him, when we drafted Darnold, I was fully on the Darnold train. I mean, Darnold was a stud at USC, and he had a lot of talent and all that. And I was big on him. I wasn't like that with Wilson. I watched him in college at BYU. He did some good things, but obviously they don't play the level of talent that Darnold did at USC. I saw him struggle against, Coastal Carolina, struggle against some other teams. I wanted Justin Fields. I didn't want Wilson. So I went into his tenure, instead of being all the way up here like I was with Darnold and coming down here, I'm all right, I'm going to stay down here, and this dude's going to have to earn my, I'm going to root for the guy and everything, but he's going to have to earn my praise and all that. So I didn't necessarily see it be this bad because it is terrible. I mean, he can't make a throw from me to the camera.
He fucking sucks.
I mean, he could launch a ball 80 yards downfield and maybe get lucky, but he cannot hit a dude on a screen pass, on a quick slant.
I think more of it's mental at this point, too.
Yeah.
Which, like, I get, but, like, part of being an NFL quarterback is fucking having tough mentals, okay? Like, people have been calling Tom Brady a system quarterback for fucking years, right? Like,
he got berated at MetLife Stadium the other night. I mean, the first time he missed one pass, they got on his ass, and it was like that the whole night. Which, I mean, does he deserve
rightfully
some of it?
maybe.
I mean, dude, we're in a playoff push. We need to win some games, and you're not helping.
And this is a fan base that doesn't win very often.
So,
like, they're not used to fucking winning.
In the end, though, I think I might go Russell here. Just like I said, I mean, to be honest, I don't know what my expectations were at age 8 with Jamarcus Russell coming in the league. But like I said, I didn't have many great expectations for Wilson. And the thing about him, too, like, I mean, maybe he's just bad, but Russell was bad. He was lazy. He was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Job of the Hut slob as Stephen A. Smith.
All the reports are that Wilson is working to be better. Jamarcus never had that, so I'll give that. The reason I say Wilson, and I know it's super early to tell, but part of being a bust, I think, is like, who was drafted after you, okay? And let me start with just quarterbacks, okay? After Wilson, I mean, Trey Lance was right after him. That's to be determined.
The jury's out on him.
To be determined. Justin Fields looks like he's a fucking guy.
I wanted him.
Mac Jones
sucks.
Looks better than Zach Wilson,
He's better than Wilson, but he still sucks.
I mean, even Davis Mills, who was the 67th overall pick to the Texans.
Long neck?
Looks better than Zach Wilson at this fucking point, dude. Like,
not physically. That man's got the largest neck known to me. He looks like a giraffe.
But you look at the quarterback class in 2007 after Jamarcus Russell. I mean, these are some fucking scrubs.
I think that was a different day and age too.
It was, but like Brady Quinn, John Beck never won a game. Drew Stanton was probably arguably the best one. Trent Edwards, like Jordan Palmer, like these dudes just they were bad, okay? But if you want to talk about other players in the 2007 draft, man, oh man, was this draft stacked. Number 2 overall, Megatron Calvin Johnson, Hall of Famer. Number 3, probably Hall of Famer, Joe Thomas, offensive tackle, went to the Browns, never fucking won a playoff game, but man, was he a great tackle. Adrian Peterson, might have heard of that guy. Patrick Willis, Marshawn Lynch, fucking Revis Island, Lawrence Timmons. I mean, there are some fucking stud. Greg Olson, Joe Staley, Eric Weddle, and like I know I'm getting in Lamar Woodley.
Just pass on Jamarcus Russell, man.
Like I know I'm getting down into like the 3rd, 4th rounds here. Marshall Yonda, like, and I know like you're never taking Marshall Yonda, who was a fucking 3rd round pick. Like obviously you're not going to take him 1 overall over Jamarcus Russell at the time, but like.
But it was a good. It was a good draft, and they just they ended up with one of the worst players ever.
Just in the 1st round alone, out of the 32 picks, you had what? 17 Pro Bowlers in the 1st round. That's more than half the fucking 1st round made the fucking Pro Bowl. Jamarcus Russell finished his career with a 7-18 record as a fucking starter, and you could have had Calvin Johnson, Joe Thomas, Adrian Peterson, Patrick Willis, Marshawn Lynch, Darrelle Reeves, Lawrence Timmons. I mean, these were fucking dogs.
Studs.
And Jamarcus Russell was just dog shit.
And Zach Wilson.
He's on that path. Wait, like, is there a landing spot for Wilson at this fucking point? Like, where the fuck does this guy go?
He's not a starter.
No, but...
I mean, maybe he's a backup with the Jets next year.
He's got to get out of New York.
Yeah. Who the hell knows? It's something I don't want to put my energy
He's a backup
now.
somewhere.
It's Mike White time now. So
all right, let's move on. Our last this or that.
Pretty cool thing for any sports fan out there.
This is a debate that I've had on Twitter with a lot of people over the last couple of years being a Steelers fan because it's been our reality. Would you rather have a top, 5 to 8 pick in the draft or make the playoffs and get bounced 1st round?
It's tough. But as someone who's been picking in the top 5 to 8 for the last 12 years, I'm saying definitely make the playoffs. I mean, I've been that way with the Jets this whole year.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I mean, if they did happen to make the playoffs, who knows what happens? Like, this is just a hypothetical.
That's the thing. Anything can fucking happen.
Just give me to the dance.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't sat in this basement and watched the playoff game since his Steelers beat us in the AFC Championship. Like, I just want that. Especially when I mean, anything can happen, anything goes.
Anything can happen, dude.
Especially anything can happen with a top 5-day pick. I mean, we just talked about Zach Wilson. We picked him 2nd overall.
That's the thing.
There's no guarantees.
There's no fucking guarantees.
Give me to the dance. Let's see what happens.
I'm that way as well, and I've had this situation like the last couple years with Ben. Like last year was a little bit different because I think people were like, okay, like you want to see Ben maybe make a historic run. Like you've seen older guys like. The team can rally around, make a run. And let me tell you, dude, when fucking T.J. Watt scooped and scored against the Chiefs last year, with a 7-0 lead, I genuinely thought we were gonna fucking make a run. Obviously, we ended up getting bent over and shit on by the Kansas City Chiefs. And then this year, it's a situation where we don't start hot. You know, Tomlin's record of being over 500 is in jeopardy, and people are like, half of the Steelers fans are like, let's fucking lose and get this top pick and take Will Anderson. And then the other half, like me, are saying, like, let's fucking make a run, see Kenny develop, and fucking maybe sneak into the dance here. I fucking tweeted this after the fucking Raiders game. I don't understand how you could root for fucking losing and tanking.
Yeah, like, you don't want to.
Winning feels too fucking good.
You don't want to create that standard. You want
That's
to
what
create
I'm saying, dude. Like Mike Tomlin said it. The standard is the fucking standard. Obviously, he didn't include the F-bomb, but the standard is the standard, right? You don't want to be every year. Like you do that once, and then it's like. Oh, man, like, if you fucking tank and get Will Anderson and he's a stud, every year you're going to be like, oh, well, at least we're going to get a stud out of the draft. Well, in reality, that's not the fucking case, dude. Like, you can get good players. T.J. Watt was the 30th overall fucking pick. J.J. Watt was the 11th pick. I mean, I just fucking went through, I fucking closed out the fucking draft in 2007. Like, there was Pro Bowlers all throughout the first round. You can get good players anywhere if you got your scouting team is good.
Listen, I think it's a no-brainer. Playoffs versus no playoffs is a no-brainer.
You're taking the fucking playoffs, dude.
If anything, maybe a solid debate is, would you rather have your team win a game or two and get a top 5 pick, or maybe be a little bit more competitive and win like 5?
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Like you're not making the playoffs at all.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to be a little bit more competitive or just be dog shit?
I think at that point I'd probably choose the dog shit.
At that point, yeah.
I mean, I don't know, though, because, like, having a rookie quarterback now, this is my first time having a rookie quarterback.
It usually sucks from experience.
So, and you've done it, like, 13 times.
Unless you got the franchise.
So, I like seeing the development from the rookie quarterback, and if that means winning some games, getting a little bit worse draft pick, so be it. All I know is the Steelers really need a corner, and historically, they cannot draft fucking corners. So, I don't have much faith in the draft when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, when it comes to positions of need like that. They need a fucking edge rusher or a wide receiver. They can fucking find one anywhere, okay? Like, they find receivers like nobody's fucking business. I mean, AB was a 6th-round pick. Martavius Bryant, who fucking couldn't lay off the weed, was a late-round pick. I mean, George Pickens was a 2nd-rounder. Like, they can fucking draft receivers. They can't fucking draft corners, and that's what we need. So what's the fucking difference if we're taking one at 4 versus 16,
Last thing we have here.
This is for you.
It's a little suggestion which we have from a fan, which we always love the suggestions, the inputs.
Okay.
So my good buddy Jeff Scanlon asked about, the would you rather or the this or that. Would you rather, for me, the Jets make the Super Bowl but lose to Brady versus not making the playoffs and secure a top pick? On one hand, I mean, Super Bowl's a Super Bowl. Let's get there and hopefully win it, not lose. But man, there's been a lot of heartbreak at the hands of Tom Brady, and listen, that would be a Super Bowl for all the fans in New England too. So all those Patriots fans would be on it too.
Yep.
I mean,
listen, all right.
I'm thinking definitely Super Bowl, just to get to that point. And hey, we made it this year. Let's build on that and move on. But it would be tough to lose.
I've watched my team lose the Super Bowl. Like, I know what it's like to watch my team lose the Super Bowl. Granted, it's different when it's Brady, okay? Like, if my team lost to Brady, I'd fucking hurl more than you can imagine. My team lost to Aaron Rodgers and a dominant Packers team. I mean, that team was fucking very, very good. It sucks. It fucking sucks. But, and I've never had a top pick in the draft. The highest the Steelers have ever picked in my lifetime was 10, and they traded up to get there. Man, nothing fucking beats being in the Super Bowl. Nothing beats it. It's fucking awesome.
Give me the Super Bowl. And we're gonna find a way to win. I know you said we're gonna. I know you said you lose, but we're gonna win. So sticking with football, let's move on. Let's give a short little, quick Week 16 recap, and then move on to Week 17. We'll focus on our teams and the playoff race.
Our teams are in the playoff race. So what do you want from us?
So we'll start really quick with the Jets. They've lost 4 in a row. We mentioned it earlier, though. They are somehow still
5 in a row Sunday, baby.
Still in the playoff race. They got the Seahawks this week. Mike White is back. He's playing. Their path to the playoffs is 2 wins and just 1 Patriots loss. Doesn't matter who it comes against. So it's not like that much really needs to happen. The Patriots play the Dolphins and the Bills, who are without Tua. They're both playing for something now.
Yes.
So it's certainly not a long shot. And Mike White is the best guy to give you that chance, that opportunity. And listen, I mean, they're playing. The Jets are, unfortunately, one of the colder teams in football right now. They've lost 4 in a row, but they're facing 2 of the other colder teams in the league, in the Seahawks and the Dolphins. These are 3 teams combined who haven't won a game in December. So the game is in January. It's gonna break. It's gonna kick off the new year. So something's gonna have to give, Jets or Seahawks. We'll see if Lockett plays. That'll be big. Obviously, I'm going with the Jets. I think the Jets got it in them. Listen, I mean, I was basically season's over after that embarrassing loss to the Jags, but everything that could go right went right for them this past weekend, and Mike White's back. You don't bet against Mike White.
It's over. I'm betting against Mike White. I called the Seahawks dead 2-3 weeks ago. I mean, I called them dead a while ago. Gino, I need you to come back to life for me, buddy. The Steelers' path to the playoffs is not as simple as the Jets. Steelers need to win out. Dolphins need to lose out. And the Jets have to lose to the Seahawks. And then the Patriots have to lose to the Bills. So, yeah. The Patriots have to beat Miami and then lose to Buffalo. Jets have to lose to Seattle and then beat Miami. And the Steelers have to win out. It's a long shot, but there's a chance. Happening. Listen, the scariest part with Tua being out now is honestly the Seattle Jets game. Like, I feel good about my matchups in Week 18 to fucking come true. It's the Week 17 that scares me a little bit. I mean, the Patriots having to beat Miami. Without Tua, that becomes a little bit easier. Gino, revenge game against the Jets. I love it. I love the storyline. I'm excited. Steelers also have to take care of business, which isn't going to be easy this next upcoming week. Sunday Night Football, they got flexed. I don't know how I feel about it. 2 Sunday Night Football, 8:20 kickoff in Baltimore. I don't know if Lamar's playing. I personally, if I was the Ravens, I wouldn't play him. Like, you're in the playoffs. I don't think you need to play him.
Just get him healthy.
Get him healthy.
Keep him healthy.
Steelers, Ravens. I might be there.
That's our question of the day. Should Pokey go to Baltimore? How much are the tickets?
They're like 90 right now, but, if you've ever gone to an NFL game, you know that tickets get cheaper the longer you wait.
They'll go down.
They'll go down. I would wake up Sunday, make sure they've gone down a little, and then probably buy them when I get to Baltimore.
Weather, it's going to be cold, but not too cold.
No rain anymore.
No rain.
There was rain earlier in the week, but it's gone.
Are you going with anyone?
No, unless somebody wants to come with me. I have to like you though. Like, I don't like throwing out the invitation because then I don't want people that I'm not a big fan of inviting themselves with me. But
I'm leaning towards don't go because the Jets are winning at 4:05.
That's the thing.
If
the Steelers are out of the playoffs, it's like fuck.
It sucks. It's a waste.
It's a waste of a 5-hour drive, and then it's like that's why I wish
that would be a doozy. That would suck. That's why I'm like, oof.
I gotta decide.
Throw it in the comments. Should Pokey go to
M&T Bank?
Ravens Steelers.
Sunday Night Football.
Maybe vlog it all.
I would definitely vlog it all
on our YouTube
by myself. I would definitely get some content out of it. So that could be funny content though. If the Steelers lose, I could be clinically depressed in Baltimore. Hopefully I don't get beat up by a Ravens fan after the game. Like, parking's expensive too. Like, bro, I'm gonna pay more to park than I'm gonna fucking pay to go to the game. Like,
gas. It's just nothing.
Gas is going down.
Nothing. It's not that bad, but
hey,
nothing about this trip sounds good for Pokey. I say.
But
stay away.
you know who's helping pay for my trip? This guy, because guess who's back in a fantasy championship going for a 3-peat? That's right, baby. I'm going for not 1, not 2, but 3 in a row.
Hopefully, our good friend Derek Jagello comes out on top.
Hey, I love Jags, but
All right.
I'm coming out on top, 3 in a row.
So we've talked playoff teams. We both feel good about our teams because why wouldn't we?
Only one of us can make it. We're not both making it.
The other team to really monitor in the AFC is the Dolphins. We mentioned
they're dead.
We mentioned the Tua injury.
They're dead.
They haven't looked good as of late. They've just found ways to lose.
Tua turned the ball over sucks. I'm off Mike McDaniel, by the way. Not as a coach, but as a person. This dude comes out talking about, oh, I wish it were colder. Dude hasn't won a game in fucking December, and one of them was in Miami. Oh, I wish it were colder.
I think he tries too hard.
He tries way too hard to fit in with the cool kids, bro. You're not that, okay? Listen, I wish it were colder. Go to Buffalo and win then, you fuckface. You didn't. You got curb stomped.
But listen, the main headline with the Dolphins is Tua's got a concussion. It's his 3rd one this year. He is sitting out this week, which means it's Teddy Bridgewater. So we could talk what that means for the Dolphins. We could also talk what that means for Tua. And I guess first we could start with, do you sit him the rest of the year? I mean, 3 concussions in one NFL season is a ton. Obviously, there's a lot of attention nowadays towards, health, all that. Is it best for Tua to sit?
I was calling for Kenny to sit after he got his 2nd if we were eliminated from the playoffs.
I mean, what do you value if you're the Dolphins or if you're Tua?
Listen,
making the
I'll say
playoffs
this.
or your future?
I'll say this. What's the Dolphins' path to the playoffs if they lose this week?
If they lose this week...
They have to win and New England has to lose.
Yeah.
Which New England probably loses to Buffalo week 18, so you're still fighting. It's tough, man. It's really tough. Hey, if you're a Dolphins fan, let us know what you think. Cause
I mean, they can win with Teddy Bridgewater. It's not like they have some slouch after Teddy. Teddy can make... I mean, not for nothing. Do they win on Sunday with Teddy?
Yeah, the Patriots aren't that good. That's the thing.
No, I'm saying last Sunday. They lost that game because Tua just kept turning the ball over, which
Tua turned the ball over.
is probably in a result because of that concussion because the guy probably couldn't see anything. But, I mean, there are worse options. You could be in a worse situation at quarterback. I say probably sit him. At least sit him the next 2 weeks. Just because, I mean, sure, this year means a lot, but the guy is your future. You've invested a lot into him.
You've built the team around him. I tend to agree as much as, I kind of hate the answer. It's kind of just, it's tough. It's a tough situation. It's a lose-lose, honestly, I feel like. At the end of the day, I mean, obviously, they're not going to come out and, say, oh, we're not winning the Super Bowl this year, so we're not going to play them. But, they ain't winning the Super Bowl this year, dude. They're just not. Okay? Brock Purdy might, though.
Yeah. But it's obviously a headline. It worries me a little bit this week because I do need the Dolphins to beat the Patriots. I don't want to have to sweat that Patriots game all week.
Pats to win. Let's go New England! I hate that I'm saying that.
As for me, who would I rather face week 18, Tua or Teddy? I think you get higher upside with Tua. I think that's obvious. But you also might get
a lower floor.
You get a lower floor with Tua maybe. I mean, Teddy is a vet. He'll probably take care of the ball, maybe manage a game.
Yeah.
But also, how good is that Dolphins run game that they could lean on? Who knows?
Time will tell.
But it'll be interesting. Last 2 weeks of the NFL season, they're going to be fun. It's a battle for the 7th seed in the AFC. It's a battle for the 7th seed in the NFC, too. And listen, we called this a few weeks ago. Packers ain't dead. Aaron Rodgers ain't dead. We said this when they're 5-8. It was going to be a little bit of a long shot. Yeah. They'd have to have a lot work out. But unfortunately, our Commanders, Heineke, they've cooled off. Is the guy even going to play anymore?
They named Wentz the starter today. They're dead. Carl Wentz sucks.
A lot of weird things going on in Washington. But they look dead.
Talk about a franchise that's embarrassing. They're up there with the Knicks as far as like worst franchises.
Not that high. Not quite that high. But the credit to the Giants. They found a way to win that Commanders game. They fought their asses off against the Vikings. Played a good game. It looks like they're in. So now it's a battle for that 7 seed, really between, sure, the Seahawks, the Lions, the Commanders, and Packers. But I think it's more so Packers versus Lions, and it's going to come down to Week 18.
Give me the Packers in Lambeau.
Whoever wins that game.
Like, give me the Packers in Lambeau, dude. Aaron Rodgers looks good. Team's getting healthy at the right time. He said on the Pat McAfee show yesterday, Bach is trending towards playing their stud left tackle. Him coming back would be huge. Their offense, if weapons are getting healthy, Romeo Doubs is back. Christian Watson got banged up.
That's something to monitor.
Because
they definitely missed him in that second half against the Dolphins. They missed that deep threat and everything.
Listen, I got him in fantasy, bro. Watson, buddy.
Listen, they got the Vikings this week. They're at home. They're at home for their last 2.
Yeah. Lambeau gonna be rocking. It's gonna be cold.
It is gonna be rocking.
That didn't get flexed to Sunday night.
Yeah, that surprises me. What was so good about this Steelers-Ravens game? Especially if Lamar's not playing.
I don't know.
But,
I really don't. I don't get, like... Listen, I love it because it gives me an opportunity to go to the game, potentially. But it doesn't make much sense. Steelers-Ravens haven't been prime time against each other since, like, 2018. When AB fucking over the goal line Christmas Day.
But this would have been
prime like Packers-Vikings.
We were both really down on Rodgers after that playoff loss last year. Rightfully so. The guy just hasn't gotten it done, especially as of late in the playoffs. I will say, if he could miraculously get this team to the playoffs this year, not that it would replace a lot of that, but listen, it would be a major accomplishment.
And not for nothing, the Packers are arguably more dangerous as a lower seed because listen, they fucking when did they win the Super Bowl last? It was the 2010 season. It happened in 2011, I believe. I try to forget that out of my memory. And they were a lower seed at the time. They got nothing to lose. Like, they're the fucking underdog. They're probably going to go to Minnesota round 1 if they're the fucking 7 seed. Minnesota's probably going to get the 2. I don't know how this loss this week. Did the Niners-Vikings play this year? I don't believe so. So I don't know how, like, the tiebreaker will work if the Vikings will slide down to 3 and the Niners will go up to 2 if the Vikings lose this week. Listen, obviously the Niners have to take care of their own business. Listen, if fucking Aaron Rodgers has to go to Minnesota round 1 of the playoffs, I might take Aaron Rodgers.
It's not a team you want to play, especially if you're the Vikings.
No, exactly. You know each other well.
He's dominated you in that entire division his whole career. You don't want that.
Yeah.
But listen, we said it. We called it here. 5-8. Who says that a 5-8 team is not dead in that they still have a shot at the playoffs?
The team with Aaron Rodgers in quarterback.
But I'm saying the people that do what we're doing, they just simply don't do it. We do that at Basement Sports. We bring the heat. We give it to you. You said the Packers aren't dead. They aren't dead. I want to see it happen. I wouldn't be disappointed to see the Lions in the playoffs either. I like Dan Campbell.
Listen.
But it would be fun to see the Packers.
You can hate Aaron Rodgers. I get it. He's a controversial human. Okay? He says some things. We're both starving, by the way. If you heard that, we're both starving. You can hate Aaron Rodgers all you want. What a fucking story this would be if Aaron Rodgers fucking makes a run here. Like, listen, Aaron Rodgers has, like, flirted with retirement. People have, like, rumored it forever. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. You can't deny that. Talent-wise,
it is always entertaining.
4 MVPs, right? Four of them things, right? Fucking, he's a dog, okay? What a fucking story this would be if this dude fucking makes a run. Imagine he has to go to San Fran for the NFC Championship. He beats them, then wins the Super Bowl, then fucking retires off into the sunset. Like, what a fucking legendary, like, moment that would fucking be, dude. Like, and I like Aaron Rodgers more than most people, so, like, that's why I'm kind of getting goosebumps, kind of rooting for that a little bit, but...
Just get to the playoffs first, Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, then we can talk about runs, but, man, like... Because I like when people shut up their critics, right? And Aaron Rodgers' big critique is he can't win the playoffs, can't beat the Niners. He might have a chance to do it.
He might have that opportunity.
Might have the opportunity.
So to cap off our show today, we're going to cap off 2022. Because we're coming to an end.
Yeah.
It's December 27th today. We got a few more days.
It's been a year, dude. It's been a fucking year, dude. Oh, man. Ups and downs. It's been wild.
Absolutely. You want to recap your year a little bit?
My year,
some good, some bad.
Some good, some great, some terrible, some bad. We'll stick to strictly sports here. Some of my favorite moments. Arguably my most favorite moment came the third day of the year. I was at Heinz. I saw Ben's last home game, Monday Night Football against the Browns. It was the perfect send-off for Ben Roethlisberger. I know he still played 2 more games afterwards, both on the road. Being there in person for that was my first game at Heinz too. I'd never been to a game at Heinz, so that was really cool. That was arguably my favorite sports moment of the year, and it came on January 3rd. It was phenomenal. Like, I'll never witness something cooler in my life, I don't think, unless I get to see a Super Bowl or maybe a World Series, like hopefully. In person. Hopefully,
probably not the World Series though. Maybe a Super Bowl. 20 years from now. But
3 years from now. So that was awesome. Watching Judge chase down Maris was awesome. The 62 homers from Judge. Baseball is my first love, for those that don't know.
A lot of history this year in baseball.
A lot of history. Miguel Cabrera, 3,000th hit was awesome to watch. If you read my article on our blog, my 10 favorite athletes of all time, Albert Pujols was on there. I grew up playing first base. I loved Albert Pujols. He's my favorite first baseman of all time. He's the best first baseman of all time, in my opinion. He hit 700th home run this year.
700 dongs.
Like, how many people have 700 homers? Was he 4 or 5?
I believe 4.
Yeah, like, it's Bonds, Aaron, Ruth, and Pujols. That's it.
That's history.
That's history, man.
Almost A-Rod.
You're not almost A-Rod. You're not gonna see another one hit 700 for quite some time. And then the World Cup final was one of the greatest fucking soccer matches of all time.
I've got that on my list too. Anytime you can say something's like, without a doubt, top 10, probably maybe even top 5, like, sports game or match, whatever they call it in soccer that you've watched, it's got to make that list. That game was insane.
It was awesome.
But yeah, not a bad year.
No, not a terrible year. You want to do your favorites before I do my least favorites? We'll keep the positives.
I'll do my favorites. Obviously, I could say a lot of what he said. There was a lot of history this year in baseball. Great to witness it.
It was awesome.
You can't take that for granted.
No, dude. Like, listen.
We're never gonna watch Albert Pujols again, which is unfortunate.
You're never
so you got to take all of it in.
When's the next time we're gonna see someone hit 700 homers? It might be a while. At least 20 years, I think. I don't think there's anybody active right now that has a chance. And I'm like, I didn't dig into the numbers, but I just don't. You have to come up super young.
When only 4 of them have done it, you don't just throw that out there.
Exactly.
Like, this guy could get there.
I'm not gonna fucking name drop Julio Rodriguez and he's hit 700. Absolutely the fuck not. Like, 700 home runs is done. How many people have fucking played Major League Baseball, right?
A lot.
Only 4 of them have done 700. So
we witnessed history this year. I hope you all witnessed it. That was fun.
It was awesome.
Listen, don't call me sorry for this or anything, but Jets draft night was phenomenal.
It was.
Especially if you add in, the first couple minutes of round 2 when they got Breece Hall as well.
Yeah, people forget. I forgot about Breece.
They had a grand slam in that draft, and it secured, their future. We should be good for a long time with the dogs that we got. Now we just got to
find the quarterback.
Just got to find the quarterback. But we got the other guys. That's exciting. Also, I'm a big Florida State fan. It was a great year for Florida State. They play tomorrow night, 5:30, against Oklahoma. Hopefully get to 10 wins. But their game against LSU this year, phenomenal. Win on the blocked extra point.
That's crazy.
That was a great moment.
It was.
It's also been a bad year.
It's been a bad year.
Which is every year.
Matt Canada still is the offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That sucks. The Yankees still haven't fucking won a World Series in 2009, and I had to watch Russell Wilson and the Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts play way too many primetime games. The NFL has to do something about that. You have to be able to flex games, like, right away. Like, if a team fucking sucks ass, take them off primetime. Abolish Thursday Night Football. That'll get rid of terrible fucking primetime game. And, like, start flexing in week 4, okay? Like, I don't give a fuck. I just don't.
Flex on them.
Flex on everyone. And fucking make more 4 o'clock games. Less 1s, more 4s. Spread it out a little better.
He having like 2 or 3 games.
At 4 after you had 8 at 1. Because how do you fucking keep track of them? You can have 8 TVs. It won't matter. You're not watching them all. Like, it's just... A little rant there. Your least favorite... You arguably had a... I don't know.
Well, while it's been the best Jet season in a long time, there also has been a ton of heartbreak. And if they do miss the playoffs, I'm going to spend
That'll be 2023
I'm
though.
going to spend the next 12 months, though. I mean, there were some bad ones. Both Patriots losses. The Lions lost. We didn't even have a show after that one to cover that. Ugh. Terrible. So hopefully none of that matters, though. Hopefully none of it matters. Obviously, we got on here. We talked about Bogarts. It's heartbreaking. It still is. It always will be. Just any moment this year being a Red Sox or a Knicks fan has been miserable. Terrible year for the Red Sox. Knicks had like a good week and a half, and then it just all came crashing down.
Fuck them.
Just any moment that I gotta wake up in the day and say, "Oh, I'm a Red Sox fan." No more. Oh, we signed Corey Kluber 30 minutes ago. I guess I'm supposed to be excited about that.
You signed Kluber?
We signed Kluber.
Where the Sox go?
I could care less. I'm done.
Maybe you'll get Carlos Correa.
So that just overall, just being a Red Sox fan has not been fun as of late.
It's hilarious.
Especially in 2022. As long as Hein Bloom's here, it's just gonna be. It will be a miserable 2023 probably with them too. So
speaking of 2023, let's talk about what we're looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to less Knicks basketball and less Red Sox baseball. I'll start with that. You won't catch me at Fenway. You won't catch me watching Nesson.
He'll be at Fenway by May. Nesson will be on these TVs come April. I'm looking forward to a couple things. Right off the rip, I'm looking forward to the UConn men. They play tonight, a big test tonight against Nova at the XL Center. And then they have some tough, Creighton on the 7th. Finish out Big East play. Got to go through the Big East tournament in early March at MSG. And then the tournament. I don't know who it was, but somebody's bracketology had them as a 1 seed when it was put out today.
They should be the number 1 overall seed.
They should. They should be they're the best team in the nation until proven otherwise, and they have a chance to prove that this upcoming stretch they have. I'm really excited for what this team can fucking do. Adamas Sanogo, dog. Donovan Clingan, dog.
Joey California,
dog.
Dude, he is insane.
They are fucking so good, dude. They have guys that can fucking shoot the fucking ball like no one's business.
Basement Sports is going to try to be at the Big East tournament this year, and it's going to be wild.
We need it.
It's going to be wild.
I'm looking forward to the revamped Yankees rotation. Best rotation in baseball on paper. I don't give a fuck about the Rangers. I don't give a fuck about the Mets. I don't give a fuck about the Rays. Yankees have best rotation in baseball on paper. Obviously, they got to go out and perform. They still have lineup holes they got to figure out. Paper. Like, they got to figure it out. And then I'm looking forward to Kenny Pickett and the young Steelers. I mean, you talk about the fucking core of this team and how young they are. Kenny's a rookie. Najee and Muth are year 2. George Pickens is a rookie. Listen, I'm going to end on this for my fucking 2023 look at it. Pat Freiermuth will be the consensus number 2 tight end in football by the end of next season. I said it, and you can fucking quote it. You can screenshot, screen record, do whatever the fuck you got to do. Pat Freiermuth will be the consensus number 2 tight end in football by the end of next season. Only behind Travis Kelce, who's the best tight end of all fucking time. Pat Freiermuth is going to be a dog in this league for time to come.
We'll see. For me, it starts right off the bat, January 1st, then January 8th. The end to the Jets 2022 and 23 season. Get me 2 wins, give me 1 Patriots loss, and get me to the dance. If it happens, that will make my 2023. I don't care what happens the rest of the way. I don't care what happens with the Red Sox, with the Knicks. I just need that in my life. I need it. And then after that, same with football. This college football season isn't over yet, but I'm already looking towards next year. Florida State in 2023 is going to be a wagon.
They look good.
We'll cover it a lot more down the road when we start talking a little more college football for next season. They got a lot of dogs returning.
Yeah.
They got a good class. They have a good recruiting class out of high school. They got an even better transfer portal class. They got the number 1 transfer portal class. And Jordan Travis is coming back. He's going to win Heisman. We're winning the ACC. We're making the playoff. That team's going to be a wagon next year. I'm already excited for it. The excitement
just to be like
it keeps going. Tomorrow night, like I said, 5:30, Oklahoma. Let's get to double-digit wins on the season. Let's go. I'm excited for it. Last but not least, 2023. You always got to make resolutions.
Yeah.
Always got to make your New Year's resolutions. Try to improve on who you are. what you're doing. So what do you got for us?
Non-sports related. I got shed a couple pounds. You know, I'm gonna give up soda.
I've been saying that for a long time.
I gave it up when COVID, like when we were first quarantined in COVID. I was drinking, like, I was going through a 12-pack, like, every 2 days. It was bad. I quit soda. In 2 weeks, I lost 17 pounds. So I'm going to cut soda out when 2023 starts.
Coke is too good.
Don's Coke is delicious. I should probably cut down on fucking beer, too, but it's fine. What are you going to do? UConn's playing too good for me to give up UConn. Sports related, I'm going to try to say less drastic things during Steelers games. I just be tweeting the tweet.
Who doesn't?
I say a lot of things, and I don't delete tweets either, for the most part. I leave
like LeBron James. Did you see that, by the way? His tweet when he said, I'm never, like, missing the playoffs again.
Oh, yeah.
He deleted it. What a coward. I mean, if that's your GOAT, I feel sorry for you. You're a loser. Just like him. You have a loser's mentality. How do you do that? Someone's going to find out, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Twitter police everywhere. What a terrible look for him. His resolution this year needs to be less of a loser because he couldn't be anymore.
The big thing is, I call for Mike Tomlin's head a lot. The grass ain't always greener. I get that. Never had a losing season. That's in jeopardy. Dude's won one playoff game in 12 years. Okay? Listen, I get it. I see what this kid fucking goes through. I mean, it looks like he's found his guy in Bob Saleh. I've seen what the Browns in my own division, I see what they fucking go through. I get it. You have Mike Tomlin, you're going to be competitive. But there's just some days where he fucking pisses me off. Okay? Even during Saturday night, dude, I fucking tweeted coming at his head when he was punting. He brought Boz out for another field goal when he had no business fucking getting out there for another field goal in that conditions. But... yeah, my New Year's resolution is to say less drastic things during Steelers games, especially calling Mike Tomlin's head when it doesn't deserve. Shut up, Siri. Yeah, that's my New Year's resolution.
Listen, mine. We gotta start winning more bets.
Yeah, I hit big last night.
We gotta parlay harder and smarter.
Yeah,
we gotta make more money.
Less parlays. I tell this kid all the time.
I say that, but then
the odds get to plus 6,000, and you're looking at it like, oh my.
The odds look good, but we're gonna win more bets in 2023. Bring more money to us and bring more money to you. But lastly, we're gonna take the last resolution is we're gonna take Basement Sports to the top. By this time next year, we're gonna be big time. We're manifesting it, just like Jack Harlow did with Dua Lipa.
That's wild! Shout out Jack Harlow, baby.
That's what we're doing. But listen, we can't do it without your help.
That's for sure.
That's why. We need those subscriptions. We need those
it's
likes.
Free.
Those comments. Those follows. We need all of it.
All interaction is helpful.
It doesn't hurt to tell a friend about
Be a friend, tell a friend.
If you're on Facebook, share our posts. If you're on Twitter, retweet. Send it out.
Most definitely. We can see how many are you viewing our tweets now. Fucking Elon put it right on the fucking tweet.
Exactly.
Which I kind of hate, but whatever.
We work hard over here. We're going to work even harder in 2023. But we need your support. We need your help.
Most definitely. Content's only going to get better, bro. Like,
calling on all of you out there.
Like, listen, if I do go to Baltimore, I'll get content out. We go to Big East tournament at MSG, we'll get content out.
Get out.
I'll drag his ass to fucking Yankee Stadium for Sunday Night Baseball. He'll be fucking... Listen, he has a great time when he goes to Yankee Stadium for Sunday Night Baseball against the Sox. So, we got big plans. We got big visions. We just need your help.
Absolutely.
Be a friend, tell a friend.
So... finish off 2022 and start off 2023 by giving a little bit of support to us at Basement Sports.
Yes, please.
We appreciate it all. And for those of you that are on the fence, come join us, man.
Absolutely.
Because it's going to be a ride.
If you've been here for the entire... over an hour probably at this point, we thank you. We appreciate it. Can't be stated enough how much we do appreciate if you've sat through the entire 60 minutes.
Absolutely.
For Corioso Itapolaski, I'm Poke.
We're out. Go Jets, baby. Mike White.
Fuck it. Let's go Steelers. Here we go, Steelers, baby.